Howdy folks, it's the Creepy Kentuckian here with you from DEADPIT Radio. Today is a very exciting day because I get to review one of my all-time favorites again. It's been re-released again. This movie has been re-released so many times, I've lost count. And the one I'm talking about is Lucio Fulci's 1980 masterpiece, The City of the Living Dead. This time in 4K from Cauldron Films, a brand new label. They've been around a little bit over a year or so, I think. Jesse Nelson from Diabolic DVD, it's his company. And this is the biggest release that they have done to date. It's kind of surprising to a lot of people that they got the license to do City of the Living Dead. This release is a 3-disc edition. You get 1 4K disc, 2 Blu-rays. We're going to talk about all of the special features and everything on it as well. The transfer on this thing, the movie, we're going to get into all that. But I got to say, I've probably got 7 or 8 different versions of City of the Living Dead on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, multiple versions on Blu-ray. But this was a very important movie to me. The first day that I got a DVD player in August of 2000, so we're talking 23 years ago, my parents at the time bought me the player, which was not cheap either. It was like a $400, $500 DVD player. And then I had the money to purchase the movies. Now, I still actually have this movie too because it just made such a huge impact on me. It's the original Anchor Bay Entertainment DVD edition of City of the Living Dead. And this was a total blind buy. To be honest with you, I just thought the cover looked really cool. It looked like a zombie movie. And I was into the zombie movies and everything. And this movie opened my eyes up to the Euro horror goodness. This is the one that did it, man. This is definitely one of my favorites. Probably my favorite Lucio Fulci movie, actually. So I'm honored to get to take a look at this new 4K edition. The first time that I'd ever seen the film in 4K. And Cauldron Films is bringing it out to us. And they've done a variety of different versions of this with the slipcover and with stickers and all kinds of good stuff. This is kind of the basic version that's going to be out in stores everywhere. Amazon, online markets, Best Buy, stuff like that. You're going to see this version, 3-disc edition. So without any further ado, boss, let's dive into the movie. The movie City of the Living Dead opens up with Catriona McCall's character Mary, who's kind of a clairvoyant. She is participating in this seance where she has a vision of a priest in this town called Dunwich who hangs himself in a cemetery, and by doing that has awoken the dead, opened the gates of hell, and possibly destroying humanity itself. The vision itself, we think, scared Mary to death. But thankfully, just as Mary is being lowered into the ground, newspaper reporter Peter, played by Christopher George, hears a banging from the grave, and it gets there just in time to save her. Now the two are on the quest to find the City of the Living Dead, Dunwich. They need to find the town in time to close the portals of hell and save the earth. But while they're looking, there is all kinds of insanity that ensues. The movie is insane. Basically a gore reel for Gino DeRossi, who did the makeup effects in this. You got so many memorable scenes in this, and just the overall vibe of the movie throughout. Like, to me, City of the Living Dead is the movie that captures a nightmare better than any other that I've ever seen. So a lot of this stuff in the movie really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It is Italian horror, But man, like, this is just such a beautifully made movie, and some crazy over-the-top gore effects and everything. Just has a crazy, creepy vibe pretty much from the very first second of the movie. Fabio Frizzi's score in this is fantastic. One of my favorite Italian horror scores. What else can I say? I love this movie. This is definitely my favorite Fulci movie. Got me into Italian horror at a very young age. And I've seen this movie numerous times. I never get sick of it. Now, we're going to dive into the discs itself. 3 discs in this. And we want to talk about the transfer and everything too. So the transfer on this thing, first of all, is freaking insane. Like, it's noticeable pretty much from the very first second that you put it in there. Now, I was kind of questioning. I was like, okay, I have the Arrow Blu-ray. I have that Scorpion Blu-ray. How much better can it look? But thanks to Cauldron Films, Dolby Vision HDR transfer, this thing, certain movies, you see it and you notice it from like the first few seconds of the movie. And this is one of those. So I don't know, some of these transfers in 4K are like, I mean, it looks better, but whatever. This is very noticeably better than the previous releases. This is the reference quality version of City of the Living Dead. Transfer wise, this thing is insane. Dolby Vision, again, DTS HD master audio in this. So that alone is worth the price tag of this thing. But there are tons and tons and tons of special features. So you open it up. Disc 1 in this, the 4K is the movie primarily. So the second disc on this is, it's kind of a plain disc art there. You get the Blu-ray version, the same transfer and everything. If there's somebody that just watches Blu-rays, they can take that. And the third disc, of course, is the extras disc. So let's get into the extras, guys. It is loaded up. It's a whole disc full of extras in this. The first 2 discs includes commentaries with Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson, an archival commentary with Catriona McCall, another archival commentary with Giovanni Lamberto Radice, new commentary this time with Sam Deegan. The extras disc is full. It's chock full of goodness, including interview with Massimo Antonello Giling, and I'm going to mispronounce a lot of these names because I'm from Eastern Kentucky and I can. Separate interview with Giovanni Lamberto Radice. There's an on-stage Q&A with Valentini and Ruggero Deodato, a Catriona McCall Q&A, Fabio Frizzi Q&A, an interview with Gino De Rossi, an interview with Carlo DeMejo, a trip through Bonaventure Cemetery, which, for those that don't know, a lot of this movie was shot in Savannah, Georgia, as was The Beyond, which he made the next year. The cemetery is still there and looks primarily the same as it did 43 years ago. The footage from the cemetery that you get, it's like 4 or 5 minutes with a drone, I think, but it looks really good. There's trailers, image gallery, more archival extras. They take clips from the Mike Baronis Para disc as well. So if you're a fan of Lucio Fulci, if you're a fan of City of the Living Dead, aka Gates of Hell, this is the ultimate release of this movie. Cauldron Films knocked this release out of the ballpark, boss. I mean, I have no reason to BS you guys. If you're a fan, this is the version to get. I would not hold off. They've done a few different releases of this. It's going to be there for you probably for a little while. But don't delay, man. Like, they did such a great job on this. This is a smaller company, a new company. And for companies that do jobs like this, you got to go out and support them. Cauldron Films, great job on this release. This standard edition is out now everywhere. Check it out and be sure to check us out. We're over at DEADPIT.com. Give us a thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe, And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
don't.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to touch nothing.
Listen, they need to do that now.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.